you are a community club. DCFC is a community-built club. And it will always
team is pitching a plan to revitalize a historic gem in our community, and it's a project that's driven by their passion for their sport.
State of disrepair right now. Concrete sort of crumbling a little bit. The bleachers.
Football club. We're at Keywood Stadium. This stadium was built in 1936. Simply put,
it's amazing to see just how far they have come. Years ago, they were playing over at Gas Tech, and now so many people.
The post and Stephon St. Louis is there to clear it.
Yeah, in the background, they give us the 12th man. It's awesome.
Fans to watch. We're happy to put on a show for all these guys that came out to see us play.
When we move, they move, and just communication is the biggest part.
It was great. I think we could have earned a shutout earlier against Sparta in the year.
Awesome. The atmosphere is amazing.
Monday with the right foot. It's in the back of the net.
People know us now. People know what to expect. Now we gotta take it to another level.
Look, city till I die. Say hi to the bad fella. Hella smooth with the flow, so grab your umbrella. Yeah, we make it rain, bring the pain. Things are changing. Power rankings take a spanking, got them rearranging. They said Denis are all stars till we deboed all y'all. Ball of fist and brawl y'all. Yeah, we pissed off all y'all, and we thin but still winning. Grinning at the top, got up under head spinning, make that chin pop. Blue collar clocking in. They been mocking us for days till they step into the key, and they been leaving with a fade. Doubting us, but then they swayed. Say we pout, they throwing shade. You will never have what we have, time to get the blade. Cause we'll be cutting them up, yeah, we're shutting them up. We ain't bluffing, tell you something, better knuckle up. Y'all ain't nothing but chumps, we put in overtime. We'll be putting in work until it's closing time. City till I die, talking blood, sweat, and tears. City till I die.
Oh no, we're anti-monarchy.
Yeah, we don't recognize monarchy in this fucking podcast.
Spoken like some true disruptive peasants.
Welcome to the show. This is the Tunnel Talk podcast. I think that's what we call it these days. The merry-go-round of hosts is still spinning out of control. So for better or for worse, I'm steering the ship tonight. We got a good crew in the tunnel. Maybe one more arriving tardy. We'll see about that. Why don't we just go around the room and we'll introduce ourselves a bit, just in case there's any new listeners out there. Alan, good to see you, man.
I'm Alan. I'm the guy in Ruse and Gold at the City Games. So just hit me up.
the only one wearing those two colors.
I really stand out pretty well.
Yeah, nice. Denis.
Hi, I'm Denis, and I'm wrong meeting. Denis, I live in Chicago. You won't see me at many games, but you'll hear my opinions.
Are you still an American citizen?
I mean, yeah.
You haven't lost it yet?
You haven't done anything to jeopardize that status in the last
I
year?
don't know that they can take that back.
There's no reason.
I don't actually have my passport yet.
Probationary period or something.
Yeah, I guess.
Sorry, it's a day 98 and 89, and sorry, we just can't keep you on for that extra day. Make it official.
I guess I was tempting fate last week by saying I was crossing my fingers for some of the oaths. So I probably should zip it.
Hey, watch this.
Hopefully, there's no authorities listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube now.
That's right.
We have Red, who was missing last week.
He was banned.
In pursuit of love, I think. He's back this week.
He had a hot date. No, actually, Denis told me that the recording was on Wednesday at 10:45 p.m.
Yeah, that's how I banned him.
It was a deliberate misinformation.
Yeah.
Poor Red sitting in the tunnel by himself.
I missed you guys.
In the dark.
I had fun. I had fun last week. Good times. Wish that I could have made it with y'all. It was a good show. It's good stuff. I mean, clearly Denis ruled with a heavy hand.
That's right.
Tyrant.
We almost capped it to an hour. It was an hour and 7 minutes or something. It was as close.
I was gonna start my timer too, but
it was as close as we've gotten in a little while.
We also have Rod, not to be confused with Red, fresh off of celebrating a big U.S. Open Cup win for the Savannah Clovers.
Yeah, I'm checking in from beautiful West Bloomfield. Tell me honestly, did you almost say Gold Star?
I would thought about making that as a joke, but I reined myself in.
Why not?
I did see a comment on Twitter today that Roddy Jr. is more of a mainstay in Nisa than most of the clubs there.
Yeah, I saw a comment the other day. They said Roddy is the bicycle of Nisa. And I had to ask somebody what that meant, and I found out. Yeah, so
that's never an easy thing for a father to find out.
Yeah, so I don't even know where I was last week. Sorry I missed out, but let's see if we can keep it to an hour again.
Yes, sir.
Probably not.
And then we have Adam, the man behind all of our cool new content and digital reach, I think is what the technical term.
I'm disappointed. I came on, we were 8 minutes in, and we're still talking about last week. I figured this shit would be almost over with.
We delayed the start because your ass was late to work.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, cool. So we're gonna get right into it. Lots of stuff on the agenda. We're gonna start with the women's PASL match. I'm more of a bad news first kind of guy, so big loss on the weekend at Cincinnati Sirens, 10-2. And when we played them in February, it was like a competitive game, right? But I think we won 4-2 or something like that. Did not see this coming personally. I don't know if anyone else. I went back and watched the stream. It was a little bit rough.
It's because you're a sicko.
I am a sicko. I want to start with Alan. And the question is, what's more concerning, that the women only scored 2 or that we conceded 10?
Wow, what a choice. I was able to only see a little bit of the game. We were able to put it on at New Dodge before the men's match. They were very accommodating and got the stream on, so that was cool. Yeah, it just didn't seem like anything was working. So it seemed like the problems may be on, both sides of the ball. And I just, maybe it's towards the end of the season and everything's kind of caught up with the players, given the pace of those games. It was a surprise, and at no point in the game that at least I was able to see did it improve. So a bit disconcerting. I think certainly the in that type of indoor match, not scoring is probably the bigger concern than getting scored on, just because there's tons of goals typically. So, well, we'll have to see. The last match is this weekend, I think, isn't it? The last regular season game.
They're off.
Oh, they're off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one more regular season match, then playoffs. So if they've punched their ticket already, then maybe who cares?
Were they missing some players this weekend?
So Mia Romeo was gone because she was down coaching the USL Academy teams in the USL Academy Cup.
I saw Addie was listed as a coach too, but I didn't see her in the photo down there, so I wasn't sure if she played or traveled.
She was on the lineup.
Kayla Addison?
Yeah.
She actually scored the first goal in the second minute.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, she someone else had their hamstring taped up pretty bad, like heavily. It looked like Nala, I think. Yeah, I think Nala. So maybe a couple of injuries here or there that limited things. Adam, how big of a blow is this, do you think?
It is, like Alan said, I don't think it's a blow. I mean, I don't think it's as big of a blow as some may make it out to be, considering that we've also already beat them earlier in the season.
True.
So that's good. I mean, we have shown that we can compete with them, and they are the class, I guess, of PASL in this division. We have shown that we can compete with them. We can beat them. The concerning thing is, though, like Alan mentioned earlier, was only scoring 2 goals. Because in arena soccer, obviously, goals are, the goals are going to be elevated. So us only getting 2, I would say that's concerning. Is this a huge blow? No, I don't think so, considering we've already beaten them before. Honestly, I was somewhat kind of expecting something like this, considering the run that we've been on. And considering what we already did to Cincinnati before earlier on in the season, I think this is a game that Cincinnati needed to win to show that they could beat us. And they came into that match Saturday ready, prepared, and, on a mission to make a statement. And they did. And it's up to Danny Evans and the rest of the coaching staff to get things back on track, get ready for the next one, and give it right back to them. So,
Rod, they have this next week off. Do you think that's good timing or bad timing to have a week off after a big loss like that?
I think it might help them. Kind of forget about that game. We're used to be on the other end of the scores like that. So I was a little shocked when I saw it, but let's take this next week and get ready for Great Lakes on the 30th, and hopefully we'll be back on the right side of the score again.
Especially if they're injured too. If there's injuries, then I would say that an extra week off would be definitely beneficial to heal up some injuries.
Yeah, get healthy, get some extra training sessions in, hopefully.
How many week gap is there between the Great Lakes match on the 30th and the playoffs? Are the playoffs the weekend after that?
No, I think there's another week off in between.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
Keep in mind too, there's rumors swirling that Great Lakes match may not even happen.
Oh wow!
Because that's obviously that's not confirmed, but I've heard stuff that it may not happen because of internal issues with Great Lakes. None of that's confirmed. I don't know if anybody.
Is it Great Lakes where the coach or the owner is the owner of the league, or is that Kalamazoo?
I believe it's Great Lakes because he was. I want to say he was there.
That was the first game, right?
Yeah, I want to say he was there. Yeah, the commissioner or the owner or whatever it is he wants to call himself was at the field house for that opening weekend. But yeah, I believe that's the case. And
Brad, there's a word I'm looking for, and I think you know what it is.
I think this league has potential.
Yeah.
Grubby ass, maybe?
Scrubby ass. So the commissioner of the league who owns one of the teams might not be able to put a team on the pitch on the 30th because there's internal issues with the club.
He's having an argument with himself?
With the club, but not the league.
That's just what I heard. But it's funny though, because all of us have experienced shitty leagues over the years.
I don't know what you're talking about, Adam.
And for us to come out and be like, yeah, this league's really bad.
It is a little bit telling.
Yeah, that guy's been texting himself like every single day to try to confirm that game. Maybe he'll answer. Who knows?
So yeah, maybe there's a game on March 30th in Grand Rapids. Maybe not. We're gonna. Well, I'm sure we won't be able to confirm that in any way, shape, or form.
Let's just email the league office and see what they say.
We'll see what they
Probably
say.
goes to his personal Gmail account.
Probably bounces.
It bounces. Commish at AOL.com. PASL commish at hotmail.com.
Did anyone? So Alan, you saw part of it. Dennis, did you see any of the game?
I did not.
Oh, then my next question will be a little bit less relevant. But
break down the game tactically for us.
Well, no, I was just going to say, like, the one thing that I noticed or that stood out to me was that Cincinnati was pretty physical. Like, there was a lot of hard fouls in the game, and like they had some like tall, strong women on that team.
They had tons of possession. I mean, they just like
City
just couldn't keep the ball.
I didn't remember that from the first game, so I don't know if they had a different. They had some different players in there for the second match, but in any case, Reddit has changed the outlook or the layout of the Zoom so that he's
Red's
like
pushing
the largest,
these buttons. What does this button do?
Prominent figure on the Zoom.
Well, somebody pinned me, is what it is.
It's because we banned them last week. This is how he's getting his.
That's a whole lot of red there.
It literally says he's got a spotlight on him.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what was going on with that, but it does. I'm not spotlighted anymore, so it's all good.
Right.
I didn't get a chance to really watch the match. I was at the Bruisology Beer Fest doing important research. I was selected as a judge by my friend who bought me a ticket a few months ago, and yeah, that was fun. So unfortunately, I didn't get a chance, and I didn't get a chance to watch the stream. But clearly, 11-2 isn't a desirable finish. It would have been nice to see, I don't know, us score 10 more goals than what we did. But we didn't, and I think moving forward, we might want to consider scoring more goals than the opposition, especially going into the playoffs. It might be a little bit more important. But no, I guess not to trivialize the women's side on indoor, but I didn't get a chance to watch the match. But clearly I was surprised. I thought something, I went right to the PASL website to see if the score was accurate, and I was looking on the website for about 2 hours and forgot what I was even looking for. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't even able to confirm whether or not we really lost 11-2. But
did we even play?
And admittedly, I didn't watch the stream. I didn't watch the recording. So I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even know if you guys are telling the truth. I didn't see this for myself.
We've just fabricated the last 15 minutes.
Elaborate prank.
I'm an only child.
Everyone's in on it except for Red.
I need to see things for myself. Okay.
What was the name of that beer fest again?
It was called Bruisology Fest. And I clearly drink enough beer that I'm still drunk. So that's all I have to say about that. No, they bounce back. I'm glad that they got a week off. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the pendulum swung so quickly in that particular direction. At least it was Cincinnati, who I was calling the Saints for the longest time, but then found out they were the Sirens. I think
somebody called them the Stingers. Was that Garrett who called them the Stingers?
Maybe.
I think it was Garrett.
Yeah, it was Garrett. Yeah, let's go with that.
Who's Garrett?
Yeah, it was Garrett.
Oh, sorry.
No, but I don't know. Hopefully they just, kind of, they're still going to make the playoffs and they can get in the playoffs and do what they do, so maybe a little bit spoiled too, the way that the schedule was, you play the first half of the season at home in front of us, and that adds an extra level of adrenaline, I can imagine, for a player, and then you hit the road and things change up a little bit. I don't know what it's like at Cincinnati's home venue, but yeah, I don't know. I wish them the best of the luck. Hopefully, they come back and we have a match against Great Lakes, on the 30th, and they're riding high going into the playoffs.
Good point, Red. At least it would be concerning if we lost 10-2 to Waza.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
Point. No, we didn't. We scored more goals than Waza.
What are you trying to say, Adam?
I'm just talking about the brilliant insight from Red, that's all.
Yeah, thank you.
In happier news, though, the men's team debuted last weekend as well, and I think the first ever opening day win in USL history for the men's team. I just want to take 1 second and review, or I give a shout out. I don't know if anyone can see this. These were the predictions from last week.
I like how everybody's looking.
And if you can see, Adam and Dennis both predicted a 2-1 win.
Yes!
For the Boys in Rouge. And in fact, it was a 2-1 win for the Boys in Rouge in Colorado.
But I also predicted Elvis will get the first goal.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I said Elvis with a debut goal, and then one of our defenders, which...
Shut up. No, you didn't.
Effectively is what Connor is.
That was close.
Jaime, you didn't write down my in-game prediction, but we'll get to that later.
Yes, we will get to that later. That's coming for sure.
Don't spoil the lead.
I may make a spreadsheet of this and keep track of predictions if we do predictions.
Oh wow! You think we're the USL show?
I've heard that someone is out there impersonating Morrissey, and I just think it's childish.
It's wrong.
And wrong. Identity theft is not a joke. So no, we will not be trying to copy them in any way, shape, or form.
I think it's a disgrace.
Yeah.
We don't condone that kind of malarkey.
Oh my
John
goodness.
does good work. He's just trying to do good work for the league and promote the game.
Trying to grow the game in the U.S.
Dennis, you did call Elvis Amo as the first scorer. He's on pace for 34 goals this year.
Let's fucking go.
Do we have a center forward, Dennis?
So is Connor Rutz, though.
Never mind that, Red. That's not the question.
It's a complication.
Rod is steaming right now.
To try and get this shindig back on track, I was very impressed with Elvis throughout the game, not just the goal. I thought his hold of play was insanely good. It was so nice to see someone up top who could hold the ball up, who there was some parts of the game where we were getting rid of the ball, but it was nice to have someone up there where it was nice to have as I'm trying to get this back on track, to have someone up there that could take those balls down and hold it up until other players could get into play. So yeah, I think we have a legitimate striker, the first one in a while, out and out striker. And we'll probably touch on the fact that we're trying to bolster that a little bit too with this newer acquisition. But yeah, I was pretty impressed with Elvis overall.
Alan, after much speculation in the preseason about the tactics and the personnel, rolled out with what looked like a 4-2-3-1. Any surprises from you from what we saw from Dikio's first starting 11?
I think the main surprise is how much the front line is come together so quickly. I mean, that combination play, from Alley to Maxi to Elvis for the goal, that was, super, super stuff, and the way that Maxi was given free reign, to be where he needed to be, for a team we've relied on our strong back line, and and that was kind of what we would look to as the highlight of a match. Now it's kind of switched the other way, where we've got this great attack going. So one game is probably not a good sample. Let's see what the home opener does, but I liked it a lot. It's like, wow, this is we're seeing something new here, and the fact that these players who are relatively new to the squad are playing such a big role. It's good.
So we talked about Elvis. He's a new guy. I want to throw over to Red to get his take on another new player. Universally lauded for his good performance in the first game against Colorado. And yet Red in the group chat was like, I don't really see what the big deal is about James Murphy. So the question is, why do you hate James Murphy? Why do you hate James Murphy? Second highest rated player on FotMob. So yeah, Red.
Because he thinks he's Irish.
Because I think I'm Irish.
No, because he thinks James Murphy's Irish, and Red hates Irish people famously.
I was gonna say no. Everybody else thinks I'm Irish. Yeah, no, I don't know. I just wasn't being very sophisticated in my observations, is what it was. I was watching the match, and Murphy had a couple of lackluster moments on the offensive end. Some poor passes and whatnot, and they just stood out to me. And then so I had mentioned to y'all, I said, I don't know, he didn't really impress me too much. That's usually like when I say that doesn't impress me or that I have reservations. Kind of similar to like Jaime with a couple of players where like he was like, I don't know about this player, and they end up being one of the most consistent players on the squad.
Like Ben Morris?
Or like a Mikey Bryant.
He was good. I thought he was really good on Saturday, actually.
Yeah, no, I thought he was, but I was with you. I joke about that, but like Mikey Bryant would be an example, right? Mikey, even Connor when he came on, other than the good things that I heard about him from other supporters, I was like, how's this guy gonna fit in? Who is he? What is like I said before with Nate, even Nate, like I at one point in time wasn't sure about him being the number one. I mean, I've been fucking wrong at every fucking point, right? So, I'm just trying to give James Murphy a boost by, moderately shitting on him after his first match. Although me, I just shit on him for like literally only 30 minutes, because then Garrett, I think, responded and was like, said he was pretty consistent. And Garrett, just like the rest of you all, when if I put something out like that, like, no, actually, I think it was pretty solid, it would actually make me circle back around and be like, all right, Red, you clearly missed something, or you weren't fucking paying attention. I went back and watched, and I don't know, I should know better.
He was watching at a beer fest, right? Like,
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, dude, I'm from the vibes, whatever. No, but I went back and rewatched the match, and I was like, oh yeah, he's pretty solid. And I was surprised. Because for some reason I just stumbled upon, I was looking on FotMob and went down like a rabbit hole of data on that, and was looking at like the ratings and shit like that, even though they still didn't make sense to me. And I was seeing like Mikey, Bryant had like I think it was Mikey had like the highest ranking, and I was like, well, why? Because when I first watched it the first time, I just wasn't paying attention as much. And then I went back and rewatched the match. Oh man, he was solid. And one thing I liked about the squad, they progressively got more aggressive last season than they were the first season. I mean, it's funny because the first season, like, I was one of those people, and I think a lot of us were. really celebrating the fact that like we had the lowest amount of yellow cards and red cards in the league, which is a good thing. Don't get me wrong, but we weren't really that aggressive, right? And probably because we had a significant amount of players, that were coming up from NISA that hadn't played at that level, and so maybe they were playing a little bit timid at times or something. I don't know. Plus, maybe that's just how Trevor is, right? He commands maybe a bit of discipline that is not a bad thing. I think in this first match we saw a certain level of physicality that I enjoy, man. I enjoy, we got a couple of yellow cards. I mean, not that yellow cards indicate physicality, but typically, when you're stepping up your game in that regard, that's going to kind of come with that territory. So anyway, I thought Murphy did do well. He did do well. I thought that I agree with Jaime. I agree with your assessment of Ben Morris being out on the wing when I was paying attention to that, even though he still had a few moments where I was like, but I think he's definitely better out on the wings. We looked a lot more. I love but hate using this word. We looked a lot more dynamic in the attacking third. We just looked a little bit more creative. You also I saw a few moments that I don't recall seeing a whole lot. And that could be taken just too much out of the first match. But players being a lot more creative with their feet at the ball than they have been in the previous seasons, past 2 seasons at least. And I liked that. It was entertaining football. It was entertaining football. I thought we had really good strings of like just solid possession-centered soccer too, you know what I mean, against a really quality side. Colorado's nothing to to fall back on your heels against, right? They're a pretty good squad, right? And they played pretty good, but we matched them. Like, I don't know, I think I'm very optimistic about the squad, about what we produce, what we're capable of producing in the offensive third in a way that we didn't before. The back, still looking solid. Mikey Bryant, oh man, he's solid in the back. Very solid in the back. Happy to see that. And the guys in general, just looked good. So I don't know.
For any new listeners, this is the insight into the mind of Red, because the question was, why do you hate James Murphy? Right. And then the last 10 minutes, a full game analysis.
Right. That's how I just kind of subtly fucking ignore.
Adam, as the person who was calling for the head of Trevor James last summer, I want to get your vibe on the new gaffer, Coach Danny Dicchio, Double D. How did you feel about how he handled the first match? Go.
It's like a Red goes in picks apart my Facebook to get pictures of myself and my brother on his graduation day. I'm sorry. What was the question, Jaime? I'm distracted here.
How do you rate Danny Dicchio in the first game?
Oh, because I supposedly hate Trevor James.
Well, you did call for his resignation last summer. I think August 3rd. So
I thought Dicchio's performance as a head coach, first game, was almost as good as you could ask for. I thought that I loved his game plan. That offense looked like they're in mid-season form already. Maxi playing higher up. I think that's something that a lot of people were kind of hoping to see for quite some time now. I like the substitutions he made. I liked when he made them. And
I like that he made any substitutions.
Wait, what?
Knew that was coming.
Oh.
Yeah, 4 of them.
And you go and you beat a Colorado Springs side who seemed like they fell into some bad luck in week 1 against Miami. Going on the road, out west. Incredibly tough environment with the altitude, and coming away with a 2-1 win in the season opener is everything that you could possibly ask for. So I thought Dikio, in his first run of things as head coach, looked excellent. Was excellent. Made, I don't want to say he was perfect, but it seemed like whatever move he wanted to make worked out for him. And yeah, I'm anxious. I'm excited to see what else is going to happen this coming weekend as we move on, the rest of the season.
All right, this is the moment we've been building towards. Rod in the group chat said maybe around the 60th minute, 65th minute, Connor Rutt's coming on to save the day. We got the receipts. Maybe we'll post that on Twitter. Is this the Connor Rutt's redemption match, Rod?
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, I think it's a different team this year. The gaffer has made some different choices with the personnel he's putting out there, and Connor obviously, at least through the first game, had reduced minutes. I think when he came on there, he had a little extra motivation to show what he can do, and so that's why I said that. I just felt like he was to come out there with some fire in his belly. That wasn't the goal I was expecting.
I don't think anyone was expecting that goal.
I've seen it before,
including Connor Rutz, I think.
But it was kind of a Connor scrappy thing to do. You know what I mean? So that was really exciting. I was happy for him. So maybe that'll get him some more minutes, get him on the pitch. But that was fantastic, and I think I was in a very loud bar when it happened. Not a beer festival, unfortunately, but yeah, I kind of went a little crazy at the time. So yeah, that was great.
A little spinneroonie for the game winner.
Mm-hmm.
Bicycle kick.
Yes, bicycle kick from his butt.
Sideways.
All right.
But here's the thing about that goal, though.
Oh God!
That goal.
We need to get a buzzer for the.
Watch the goal again. Like, that took a certain level of body control for him to do that. Like, there was a lot of awareness and body control.
Yeah.
There was more skill in that goal than originally folks might have thought. Seeing
I think he was waiting for a whistle and it didn't come. And he was like, "Oh shit, I need to do something," and swung around and it went in. I mean, the goalkeeper, the Colorado Springs goalkeeper, fumbled the ball. He was like, "Oh shit," and it was just kind of like, "What do we do?" And Connor was the guy on the spot. So, I mean, 9 out of 10 times you don't score there because it's just like everyone's, kind of lost in the moment. So the fact that he was able to put it together and get that ball in the net, I mean, it's just that is partially luck, and it was on our side, and that's not usually how it happens. So
seems like it was a play in slow motion.
It was. I didn't realize the first time I saw it that he actually took the first swing at it, and it came back to him. He kind of jabbed it.
Yeah.
It came back to him, and he finished it off, kind of like his buddy did yesterday.
Yeah, because he tried to kick and he slipped and he was on the ground.
Yep. He's right there, man.
For a minute, I didn't know that I wasn't sure if he was aware even where the ball. Sometimes you lose where the ball is, but he found it again. So okay, this is a rapid fire question that will be asked.
What you need to do then is just don't put it to red. Just do everybody else and skip red.
The question is this: do we win the match without the sending off? Alan.
Yes.
Adam.
Yes.
Dennis.
No, we were lucky to win the match even with the sending off.
Rod.
Shut up, Dennis.
Yes, Dennis, revoke your citizenship.
Red.
Yeah, well, it really depends, man.
Oh God.
Yes, we would have.
We were suffering though, Dennis, right? Like for those first 15 minutes of the second half.
My contention is that we were, even with the sending off and the late goal, extremely lucky to win that match because Colorado had 3 chances that you would expect like a team of their quality with their attacking unit to put away. Like they had
plenty of chances. It's just they were skying the ball so often.
Well, no, they had one where they were 1-on-1 with Nate and the
Yeah,
well, then one with Nate. Yeah,
Nate made
that
a
was
big
what.
save,
That was it.
There was the cross that went in.
74th minute. Yeah, that was a classic Nate save.
Yeah.
That if
Nate
that had
made
gone
one
in,
save. One guy
done.
put one wide that Nate didn't get anything near. He just ran out and tried to.
Mm-hmm. Then the guy slipped or something
down
like
the
that.
angle.
Yeah.
And then there was a cross. I forget what minute it was in, but the guy literally missed from 2 yards out. Like we rode our luck a lot in that game, even though we on the stats we had more passes, more possession, more like everything.
What was our XG?
They had the better passes. Our XG was 1.59 and theirs was 1.19.
You knew that?
Yeah, I'm Rain Man. I have it here on my phone.
Nerd.
Because I knew it would come up after last week.
Nobody talked about the altitude.
Who says we don't research things for this podcast?
Yeah.
I've found a new lease of researching life after having the host last week. I felt under so much pressure.
All right, we're gonna move on. The other big news yesterday, we made another signing. Victor Becerra, a loan signing from Chicago Fire. Maybe people around here would have remembered him from Indiana University, maybe not. Adam, another forward. What are we doing?
We are doing something that responsible, prepared teams usually do, and that is get depth at position. And yeah, it's been a lost concept, it seems like, since we came into the league for any which reason, I don't know. But yeah, obviously there's some concerns though with him. Seems like he has a lot of injury concern right now. I don't know when exactly he's going to be able to get on the pitch, but yeah, it's nice to have depth at any one position. And what do we have now? 21 players total, including
it'd be 21,
including Ryan Williams, who I guess we're assuming
he hasn't set foot on the continent yet, though.
Yeah, who I guess we're assuming his paperwork is still being worked on. But yeah, it's nice to it's nice to see. Very, very nice to see, especially if Victor works out and we see kind of that scoring capability that he had in college, and in some sense, what do you have? 8 goals last year, I think.
8 but not in like a full season. It was like 8 in 20 games or something like that.
Oh, wasn't 8 20 games? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he seems like a guy, when healthy, could definitely help the team. When he's able to get on the pitch, I guess it's still yet, remain to be seen. So,
Dennis, after the Aaron B. Boot fiasco last year, are you surprised that we went for another loanee?
No, I think we're onto a new manager now who seems to want to put his own stamp on things, and I'd be interested to see exactly how this loan came about, because we used to laud Trevor a lot for his connections to different teams and blah blah blah, and it didn't always work out the way we were thinking it would. So Donnie also has been around this league, so he knows. Not been around, like he's been in the league, so like he probably has connections at different clubs too. But no, not surprised we go for a loan. I mean, it's probably prove it for him to come here and hopefully do something, maybe crack into the team at some point, and then I guess best case scenario for the Fire is that he catches fire and they can just fucking call him back at some point. And best case scenario for us is that he comes in and does something for at least a little while. I know he was listed for the Fire's second team as being injured for their first game a week or two ago. But I would assume we're not just bringing in a dude who's injured for some weird reason. So I'm sure Danny has seen him in action, or I don't know. Maybe it's a test for the new strength and fitness coach or something. But yeah, hopefully it works out. He seems to be a little bit of a baller, so we'll see.
Strength and fitness coach needs some work to do, so we got
I don't know. You see how much they're out there beefing up Stevie? Man looks like he's been on the fucking weights all off season.
Yeah, like eating protein shakes and everything.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's filling out that shirt. No, I'm saying it's a good thing. He's filling out that shirt like I've never seen him fill it out. And it was never as obvious as when he was marching his way over to the ref fucking 17 times the other night.
You know, like when you're up in the clubhouse and you can watch the matches that are happening out on the pitch.
We know that, Red.
You know, and there's a glass. Like I saw Stevie get pissed off just last week, and he fucking headbutted the glass, and it fucking all crumbled. Like he's jacked, dog.
Yeah. I was thinking he'd put on quite a bit of bulk in his head. All right.
Yeah.
In his forehead injections.
Just the forehead.
But speaking of Stevie, since we're on that, did you guys see the ad that went out?
On that.
No, the one with the ball with the when he sat down.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was sharp.
He looked like a fucking boss, didn't he?
He sure did.
That's part of my estimation that he's bulked up, because he was just fucking that chair was creaking under him.
Right.
Yeah.
Why does everyone always have a chair now for like these like social media like photo shoots?
I don't know. It's obviously the one prop they were able to muster up for media day there last week.
Yeah, they pull it right out of the lounge area. I know that chair.
Right. They forgot the book somewhere because they did it down on one of the fields at the field.
Poor Matthew had to like put it on his shoulders and drag it down to the field.
Is that chair like in Alex or Sean's office now? Is that like their desk chair?
Ooh. Could be. Very plush.
Gold ball on the desk, yeah.
Bazera's wearing number 7. Did Roddy give his blessing?
I'm sorry, blessing for what?
The new guy Bazera is wearing the number 7.
Oh, I didn't know he was wearing number 7.
Yeah,
I just told him the other day number 7 was free. So yeah, I think Roddy's good on 7. He's passed up on it a couple times now. So yeah, I'd like to see a number 7 really do something with it. So we'll.
Did
see.
we have a 7 last year?
Yeah, number
Skaggy.
7. Yep, Skaggy.
Yeah.
And then before that, Billy Forbes. It's not been.
Yeah, so it hasn't been great.
Of a cursed chalice at City. It's sort of like after Ronaldo hung up his boots at United, they could never find anyone good enough to fill the 7 after him and Beckham. So it's Roddy put some sort of a hex or something on it when they let him go.
Yeah, we shall see.
Well, the league schedule rolls on. This week we got Loudoun at home at historic Keyworth Stadium. They beat North Carolina in the first match 3-1, and then they tied some amateur side from Texas 2-2 in the second match. Not a very good team from what I've heard. Yeah, I thought it's Alamo FC or something like that. The big question, I think, is this the Tommy McCabe revenge match?
Oh. Right.
Not only that, Jaime, Darwin's little brother, Isaac Espinal, is also on this team.
Ooh. Is he good?
I don't know. Must be better than his brother, since his brother is currently stuck in Maryland.
Wow. He scored in the U.S. Open Cup last night.
I think he had both their goals.
Sure did. Yep.
Detroit City legend Tommy McCabe returning to Keyworth.
Let's go semi-rapid fire. One key to victory for this weekend, Alan.
Score more goals than Loudon.
Wow, he stole Red's answer.
Stole it.
I know.
Red's even left the chat, man.
Red just left.
No, he's got nothing. He's got nothing.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know.
now we're gonna be here all day while he tries to figure something out.
I watched both Loudon matches and the Detroit City match 4 times to come up with that analysis.
And it's just been
Fucking stole it.
completely.
It's a top of the table clash.
It is.
Who would have thought? Against
Denis?
Loudon and us.
Yeah, surprisingly, it is a top of the table clash between Loudon and us. They've scored obviously 5 goals. We've only had 1 game, so what I think will be key to the victory this weekend will be us continuing to grease the wheels of that attacking partnership. For all the good Ali did last weekend, I thought he was kept pretty quiet apart from the goal, which is a good thing. You want to see other teams trying to quieten down your potent attacking threats, but I thought that was what actually released Maxi to be able to kind of rove around.
Yeah,
I didn't think Maxi was playing super far forward. I think he actually, because of like the double pivot in midfield, he just had more room. He had more room and time, and so the more we can keep that going, obviously we see when that happens, things get going. And even though Ben was pretty quiet, I thought it was one of his better games for us, weirdly. Like he did look kind of dangerous when he got the ball at feet and was running at players. So yeah,
He had one cross that ended up at Elvis's feet and Elvis like just completely whiffed it. But
I thought he was surprisingly good on it. I saw someone say before the game probably him and Ali needed to be switched their wings, which maybe if we see a bit of that wouldn't be the worst thing. But yeah, once we can, I think, keep those 3, 4, and then Elvis motoring. I was very impressed with James and Lay as usual. I think Lay gets a bad rep because he'll always take at least one pot shot that ends up in Rosie. But like his defensive work and even stepping forward with the ball last week is quietly like one of the very underrated things. So if we can keep all that going forward, like all 6 of them players getting in together, that's our key to victory. Sponsored by Terminix.
Rod, keys to victory.
The continued gelling of the back line. I mean, we lost a legend back there with Matt Lewis, and he and Stevie had a really good partnership for years. So, you take him out of there, it really changes things a little bit. So I just think, with every match, they're going to continue to get better, keep the communication going, keep everything tight back there, and who knows, we might even come away with a clean sheet. So, back line.
Yeah, the back line is going to have a little task to keep Zach Ryan contained. So, it'll be really.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be really, key to see if they can do that.
I was just going to say, if Garrett were here, he would remind everyone right now that Zach Ryan scored the penalty kick against Detroit City when we played Loudon last year in July. Anyways, that's just an aside. Red, keys to victory. Key, singular, sorry.
Yeah, I think continuing a balance between. I felt that at times that we were pretty possession oriented with a purpose, and when it was appropriate, we were more likely than we were in previous 2 seasons to be a little bit more direct with attack, and we were a little bit more creative up front. I think that's going to be big, and I want to say there were 2. I remember looking today. There were 2 players on Loudon who made the team of the week from their performances last week. Obviously, keeping an eye on them, but I think overall, maintaining that confidence and not only possessing the ball, but possessing it with the purpose of moving it forward a little bit more directly than what we have in the past. I think that'll be good. I mean, I like the lineup that we had. They seem to gel well together. I could see what you all are talking about with Ali and Ben maybe switching around, but yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I think they keep on doing what they were doing and gelling together. I think we're gonna be fine. I think we're gonna be fine. We're gonna really test Loudon to see whether or not those first two matches that they done well in were just a good start, or whether or not they're truly they're already truly a different team. How many matches did they win last season? And they already on the tail of that. So I mean, that's obviously an over exaggeration, but I don't know. I think we're looking good going.
Oh yeah, they were 11th in the East, so yeah. So this is a dream start for them.
Yeah.
Does anyone know where Morrissey had them in his playoff power rankings?
Oh, I have it recorded for posterity, but I gotta go get it.
Only joking. Adam, keys to victory.
It's defense. You gotta bring Loudon back down to reality. 5 goals, first 2 games. It all starts with the defense, and they're actually embarking on an actual road trip this time around, and they're not going to the cushy confines of Alamo FC to start the season. So this is an actual true road test for Loudon this coming weekend. So yeah, it all starts with the defense. Shut them down, and get that continue to gel up front with Maxi, Elvis, Ali. But it's all going to start with the defense when you're talking about a team that is started off hot offensively to start the season.
Anybody have any final thoughts? We are under an hour, I think, and I was gonna resurrect the wankings this week. Garrett never wants to do the wankings. I think they're hilarious, but I didn't have time. I actually had to do some work today, so so no wankings.
Yeah,
Coming soon, though.
Yeah, we'll work on it for next time. The only one that I'll put on there is Don Garber. He hates the U.S. Open Cup, and the U.S. Open Cup is amazing. Go watch the U.S. Open Cup. Already some great games. Already some big upsets.
That's why I'm exhausted right now. I watched it till like 1:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Did you see Jalen got a red card tonight?
Penalty kicks. Shoot, yeah, it was great.
For Knoxville?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I have something I gotta
Dennis,
say,
did you
too.
say who scored? Adrian. You said Adrian scored, right?
Adrian scored the only goal in the Richmond game. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And he scored last weekend too against
Detroit City legend Adrian Billhart.
I got a final thought.
Yeah, go.
Can Chattanooga fans please shut the fuck up and quit whining about people taking shots at your stupid fucking
That
club?
was my one.
No,
sorry, Dennis. You can elaborate more, but I am so fucking sick of the woe is me.
They're a bunch of whiny
Chattanooga
babies.
FC supporters who are consistently whining about people taking shots at their club after they fucking choked once again on a big stage to Miami, whatever the fuck they're called.
I wasn't sure what you were going to say after you said big.
What was that?
I wasn't sure what you were going to say after you said big.
Oh. I'm just
family friendly.
Exactly.
Family
That's all I've
friendly.
been hearing all day on Twitter is Chattanooga fans whining about people being mean to them on social media because they went to MLS Next Pro and blah blah blah. It was our only choice. Yeah, well, you know what? fucking deal with it. You're part of MLS now. Everyone hates you. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it. Deal with it.
MLS, the next pro was 0 for 3 yesterday.
0 for 3 yesterday.
They're back.
And
They're back with a vengeance tonight. But they're
back with a vengeance tonight. But you know what? Chattanooga looked like shit yesterday. They're part of the MLS ecosystem. So yeah, cry more about it, you bunch of fucking, Go ahead, Dennis. Elaborate.
No, because normally Adam hates to speak the peace, but like as soon as we turn it into speak the violence, he is up for it.
Yeah, he was quick on that one. I've never seen him volunteer to go first. Yeah, I was just gonna say you got to take your licks, right? Like you know who, Like I saw one post today, like Jim, relax, like. It's you. Well, you really know who your friends actually are.
Oh yeah, shut the fuck up.
Bro, you gotta take your licks. Half the things I post from NGS now, like that criticize, still to this day, that criticize USL or MLS or anything, will come back at me with receipts about when we said no USL in Detroit or no MLS in Detroit. You just gotta take the licks. You gotta come up with a snarky, nice little answer for them, or just ignore them. Like, it doesn't matter. And people carrying water for the Chattanooga fans who are like, it's not fair for them. Kaylor, I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just let it go. There are assholes in the lower league soccer world that are gonna take shots at everything. They're usually behind a fake profile picture with some fucking name and bunch of numbers, whatever. Just ignore
or
them.
some anime pic or some anime profile pic.
Right.
Never trust anybody with an anime profile pic.
Wow, we're gonna get this. This is the one where we do get angry emails, I bet. Yeah, and then I see someone say, I feel bad for CFC and DCFC because they had to carry the lower league soccer for so long and blah blah blah. And the response
don't feel bad for us.
was, "Don't feel bad for us." Like, what are you talking about? Stop. So just everybody take a chill pill. Get snarky with it. Get weird with it. Like, MLS Next Pro, fucking too hot to handle, went 0 for 3 last night. Of course you're going to take some licks because of that. Like, one of their teams tonight, I think they're winning now. They're playing against Chicago House. Their Next Pro team are playing in the Open Cup while their MLS team literally play a team from Dublin, Ireland at the exact same time. Because the MLS teams have fixture congestion, right? So, like, you're just going to have to take the licks. It's all bullshit, and a lot of it is just fun. Just take it in, get snarky with it, whatever. Make sure home opener this weekend, everybody gets out there. There's going to be some tributes to some people we've lost. There's going to be, we've got a weird as it is to say, a hot team coming in Loudoun, and we need everybody there to rip into them. So get there early, join the NGS March from New Dodge Lounge an hour before the game. That's the new spot. And yeah, fucking rip it up for me because I won't be there.
I will be there.
Well, and to extend on the Chattanooga hate, look.
An hour and a half.
I held out about Chattanooga, and even our beloved frenemy Jim, aka Chatta loser, Chatta whatever, what his Twitter handle is, right? I held off last season, or I held off during the seasons when you were under the stewardship of our beloved city legend Roddy Green, and you fucking failed. So now it's fucking open season. Fucking scrubby ass club. Stop your fucking whining. You're out.
I was a little surprised their attendance at that match yesterday was, compared to what they had earlier in the week, was really down.
Well, they're MLS now, Rod. They don't care about Open Cup anymore.
Guess not.
The only thing it does is it causes schedule congestion for them. So
yeah,
and yeah, they hate schedule congestion in MLS. That's why Celtic are coming over to play their teams too.
Yeah.
Just before they announce another international tournament.
The other piece was clearly someone's trying to troll Garrett back to the show with besmirching the name of Kaler. You know,
Did you know Kaler likes Palace too?
You know, like
I have heard
Christmas
that.
Palace?
Christmas Palace, yes.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, Garrett and Kaler are both Christmas Palace supporters.
They're both Christmas Parcler, huh?
Interesting.
Wow.
Listen,
Well,
I like
Christmas. Come on, man.
I like Kaler, all right. Sometimes I just have to roll my eyes at him. I hope he invites me back on his show before we play Birmingham this year, so I can remind them that they're 0-4 against us.
0-4, never lost to Birmingham ever in the history of everything. Thanks everyone for listening. Garrett, if you're listening, we miss you. Don't listen to these guys.
No, dead to us.
We're going to the zoo soon.
You and your rival podcast.
That's it. See ya.
Peace.
City till I die, say hi to the bad guy. Pretty gritty in the key, you see our flag fly, chin check, cash tech, we came to sweep the leg. With all disrespect, LaRouge will bruise your head. 2012, the scene pop, we came to clean clocks. Your team is dream drop, we gave some mean knocks, stomping on the count. Yeah, we chomping on the bit. Many came and went, but they ain't stopping none of it. Community built, community owned, roasting foes coast to coast. Leave your hope postponed. Spirit of Detroit, lemons the lemonade. Yemen and Bangladesh make a stronger braid. City in the city, within the city, with deep witty with the banter, cause I can't concrete. Now come and get it if you with it. We committed to go. Detroit versus everybody, you already know. Locked and loaded, always ready to bust. Pop and smoke, leave these jokers in dust. City of black excellence is a must. To leave these crusty little clowns in a ring of rust. From southwest to Breakmore, 5 points to Denby. Ain't no friendly, we leave our enemies empty with envy. Yeah, we coming heavy, and we're sinking your ship. Now it's time to show the world who they messing with. The rules on the scene, wipe your feet when you creep through the gates of Key. We holding the crown, many enter our grounds, but they get pounded down. Let's turn around, you enter through those gates, you face your fate now. Come take your shot, many come, but they don't leave, they cleave to what we got. City till I die, say hi to the bad guy. It's a pity that your city's too itty bitty to fly, but we clipping the wings even if they don't flap. Take it back to 2010 and you'll see where we at. This ain't a deep pocket, they try but can't knock it intact. You can't drop it, they buy it, can't cop it, yeah we got it locked. Taking over the game, you see that crust up on my chest, ain't gotta say the name. Community led, community rooted. You can't purchase what was built, you know you feel the movement. This is how we do it, you see, repping the